And welcome back, fans. Game 7 of the North Atlantic Conference 2024 Softball Championship features the top-seeded Eagles taking on the number 2-seeded Wildcats of SUNY Poly. Excellent game ahead of you here if you're tuning in. I'll be your host, Joseph Swanson, joined alongside by Zethan Moss. Welcome, Zethan.
Thank you. I think we're in for a great game, like you're saying. These two teams coming in, the number 1 seed out of the East in the Wildcats, or out of the West, the number 1 seed out of the East in the Husson Eagles. And the matchup on the mound is the point of emphasis today, or in the circle. Anna Lang for the Eagles, leading the North Atlantic Conference in earned run average. Right behind her is the starter for the Wildcats in Trinity Critelli, 1.5 her ERA in North Atlantic Conference play. Both of them also at the top in the wins column, Lang with 15 and Critelli with 13. So we're expecting both of these two hurlers for both teams to really go at it, and it's going to be who jumps on the other first.
As you mentioned, showdown of the North Atlantic Conference Pitcher of the Year candidate right now, both up for contention when voting opens. As you mentioned, Masterson Lang 15 wins on the year, 156 strikeouts and 100 innings pitched. So both pitchers, strikeout pitchers. Lang averages about double digits per game, as well as Critelli. So look for that to play a factor. But another one I think that teams may not consider is the offenses of both of these teams. You got SUNY Poly coming in, hitting close to 400 as a team. And then the Eagles, different dynamic, power in the middle of the order, and arguably two of the fastest runners probably in the North Atlantic Conference in leadoff batter Katie Raymond. She'll lead off by center field, 17 stolen bases on the year. And, of course, Cameron King not getting the start. It'll be Lydia Rice at short, but one that you could see come off the bench late in games, 23 of 23 on stolen bases. So look for the Eagles to do something probably the Wildcats haven't seen much of this year and run.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw that start off for the Eagles in that first game yesterday against Morrisville, where it was Raymond taking off on a stolen base and Pomerleau laying down a bunt, and then they were able to play around on the base pass. Pomerleau drew a couple of throws over to first while she was dancing around between first and second. That brought Raymond all the way home from first on that bunt. So these ladies can really work it out on the base pass and generate the runs when they need to. So they don't need that high average that we see out of the Wildcats. So just that 1 or 2 base hits and 1 big hit out of the lower levels in the lineup, like Kenzie Dorr, Tori Exel out of the 4 and 5 holes in this lineup. So again, this really dynamic offense for the Eagles can go any direction, and the Wildcats a little bit more one-dimensional.
Yeah, as you talked about the dynamic of the Eagles, probably one of the most consistent offenses right now, coming in number 20 in the country, riding a 28-game winning streak. Team that can score in pretty much all facets. You saw it yesterday, 18 runs, 2 home runs from Dorr. Middle of the order, slugs, doubles, triples, home runs. But then Raymond and Pomerleau at the top of that order, 2 of the fastest runners probably in program history. Instant spark of offense if they get on. Look for them to often steal first pitch. And then you flip the book over to the in the circle with Anna Lang. 1 run could be the difference in this game. As we saw yesterday, SUNY Poly beating Thomas 4-0. 1 run proved to be the difference in that one. So as I talked to Coach Roberts pregame earlier when I got here today, look for small ball to play a factor in this. Look for runners getting on early, bunts to move them over, trying to drive a ball in the gap and put a run on each inning. Yeah, that's his point of emphasis.
For the Wildcats, they like to run as well, but only 51 of 61 is their stolen base ratio. The Eagles at 70 and 74, both in the regular season. So Eagles will run a little bit more often than the Wildcats, and it should be really interesting to see how these defenses try to handle that, as well as these pitchers maybe working around light traffic.
Yeah, those of you just tuning in, great game here, Game 7. 2 top teams in the North Atlantic Conference facing off here. Winner advances to tomorrow's championship. Loser will have to play on this afternoon. They'll play the winner of the next game between University of Maine at Farmington and Thomas College. That will be a rematch of yesterday's matchup. As we're going to get ready to kick things off here, it will be the center fielder, Ava Farragon, the left fielder. She'll step in here to face Anna Lang.
Should get it started with the bang. 441 the average during the regular season. 504 for that on base for that 13 walks. So a very patient hitter out for the sophomore.
As that one's going to be taken up in the zone for a called strike. So Lang gets ahead early in the count. As she rockets through this one, rise ball up in the zone, swung through and missed. Lang 1.18 ERA with a .92 whip. As she's going to get the first out of the game, 3-pitch strikeout. So Lang wasted no time. As that brings up the center fielder, number 6, Olivia Turk. Went deep in yesterday's win over Thomas, 2-run shot. Transfer from Cazenovia College, last year's North Atlantic Conference Rookie of the Year. As she fouls the first pitch off and down the right field line.
Yeah, we saw the Cazenovia team kind of disperse throughout the West Division, most of them going to Morrisville, but a couple of them going to Poly and those other teams dotted around just to try to keep playing softball throughout college. And it's a lot of fun to do sports, and it's a lot of stress too, but get it done and it's a lot more rewarding.
Rise ball up and out of the zone as that one's going to be taken for strike 3. So 6 pitches, 2 strikeouts now through the first inning for Anna Lang. As that will bring up the dangerous Kimberly Birmingham, one of the top in the country, 571 average coming into the today. Homered yesterday, 3-run shot. Supplied the damage as she'll face Lang now for the first time. First pitch taken for a called strike on the outside corner.
Well, Birmingham only had 4 strikeouts during the regular season, picked up 1 yesterday as well. So let's see what Lang has for her.
As a good layoff there from Birmingham as that one misses up. Difficult pitch to lay off. The rise ball starts like it's going to look in the zone and then disappears up and out. As that one misses down and in, 2-1 now. So good patience at the plate here from the senior Birmingham. Lang winds and delivers. That one misses off the outside corner, 3-1 now. So the freshman will have to dial things back in here. Not able to get Birmingham chasing. As that one's going to miss outside, so a 2-out walk. The senior will jog down to first. So that will bring up Joy Stevens, the designated player. 451 average. She'll step in here to face Lang. 2 outs, top of the first inning. Swung on, fouled back, and out of play.
I think for Lang, it's just going to be important to settle down and get to what you're used to. You've been dominant all season. Now finding yourself in the postseason for the first time. Just keep doing what you've been doing all year. Stay consistent, and that'll be the key to success for her.
As that one misses up and out of the zone. So first 2 batters chase that 0-1 rise ball. The last 2 have laid off, which has been able to work the count. As that one's going to be swung through and missed. That rise ball was a little more at the belt, a little more enticing. So look for that to be a theme. If Lang can keep the rise ball at the belt and keep it looking enticing, she can get a lot of swings and misses. As that one's going to be swung through and missed, strike 3. So that will retire the side here in the top of the first inning. Polly able to put one on via the leadoff walk. We'll head to the bottom half of the inning. Raymond, Pomerleau, and McCabe due up for the Eagles. So welcome back. Citratelli completes her warm-up tosses. She'll face the leadoff hitter, Raymond. Comes in 226 average. Struggled a little bit in the middle of the year, gotten going as of late. Average 1, though, that can fool you, as this is a dominant hitter. Last year, all-conference player, one of the top hitters in the region last year, average-wise. and a spark at the top of the order for Coach Rick Roberts.
Yeah, absolutely. And Raymond can get on base pretty much at will, drawing 24 walks in the regular season for the North Atlantic Conference lead. So she can get on base. That's your typical leadoff hitter with a lot of speed, and put her on the base pass. Very dangerous.
A lot of speed, able to draw walks, and doesn't play stationary softball. As we saw yesterday, walked the lead off the game, or singled the lead off the game, came around to score from first on a bunt. So she'll step in to face the dangerous Critelli, comes in needing 1 strikeout for 200 on the year. So look for the Eagles' offensive approach, hopefully to lay off the rise ball, as that one's going to be taken for a called strike down the middle.
Yeah, it's going to be important to have a good eye in the batter's box, be a patient hitter. Most of these hitters are for the Eagles top to bottom in this lineup, but there's a couple that like to jump on that first pitch. It's going to be important to watch and see what Critelli really has to offer.
As that one swung through and missed as well.
Got to force her to pitch to you.
I would agree. Down 0-2 here is Raymond. Look for her to choke up on the bat, try to put one in play. The Eagles not really a team that strikes out a lot. 0-2 offering, rise ball up and out of the zone. As I was talking to Coach Rick Roberts pregame, mentioned that Critelli's different with the rise ball. A lot of pitchers like to start it near the belt and rise it up out of the zone. She'll actually start it below the knees where it looks like a ball and have it rise up and cross the knees as it crosses the plate. As that will be swung through and missed for the first out. So 200 strikeout on the year for the senior. So that will bring up the senior left fielder, Jess Pomerleau. Steps in batting .333 on the year. First season she's really gotten the chance to start, and she hasn't let the Eagles down.
Yeah, she's made the most of that chance, too, and flashing the leather out there in left field, doing a bit of everything for Coach Roberts, and has been a great number 2.
As she'll take the first pitch for a called strike. 20 runs scored on the season. As we mentioned in the pregame, her and Raymond are a threat to score the minute they get on base. McCabe waits in the on-deck circle. 0-1 offering here from Critelli. Bunt attempt. See whether or not she pulled back. Looks like they are going to say she did, so 1-1 count. Good job there by the senior, Pomerleau. So 1-1 delivery here. Rises up and out of the zone. Pomerleau ahead in the count here, 2-1. Walks are another thing that could come back to play a factor in this game. Free base runners, especially with the Eagles' speed. I know if you're Critelli, probably a big approach is to try to limit the Eagles getting on base.
Yeah, you really want to try to have nobody on for 4 and 5 in this order. Get around kind of Exel and Dorr and limit the amount of damage that they can do.
As that's going to be swung through and missed, evens the count at 2-2. So 2 dominant strikeout pitchers in full effect here through the first inning. And that's going to be popped up, back and off the press box. So Pomerleau hanging tough. We'll see what Critelli elects to do here in this situation. 2 rise balls up in the zone. Maybe she tries to come down and hit the ball to rise up at the knees.
Pomerleau likes it low, and that's a lot of times that we see her get a dribbler down the line that she'll beat out. So see what Critelli has in the game plan.
As that one's going to go in, hits Pomerleau on the hand. Hopefully she's all right, as those do sting a lot. So that will bring up the junior catcher, Bula McCabe. Batting .333 on the year. Staple for the Eagles. Hitting the 3 slot almost all year long. One of the top catchers in the North Atlantic Conference. Been a solid backstop for her 3 seasons so far with the green and gold.
Yeah, picked up the North Atlantic Conference first team honors last year as the backstop, and looking to put together another similar season this year. Her regular season just up to that par.
First pitch taken. Pomerleau's off for second. Throw gets away. She's going to tag second, move up another 60 feet to third base. So the Eagles, as we talked about, that speed playing a factor early, 60 feet away from putting a run on the board with 3-4-5.
The throw goes wide from Childers, and great vision from Pomerleau to catch the ball, make eye contact with it, and realize that she's got enough of a window to move up 60 feet, now 60 feet away from the first run of this ball game.
So first pitch of ball to McCabe. Hitters count here. So look for her to put one in play here. Do her job out of the 3 slot. As she pops this one up on the infield grass, Childers makes a diving effort. It comes up just short. We saw that yesterday. A ball hit back behind her, dove into the backstop, made a nice catch. Got to applaud the effort there, though, from the junior backstop.
It's not fun to lay out in full catcher's gear.
So that evens the count here at 1-1. Correction, 0-2. First pitch to McCabe was, in fact, a strike. So 0-2 offering. Popped back and out of play. So McCabe hanging tough here. Exel on deck for the Eagles. Kenzie Dorr to follow Exel if the inning can continue. I don't know if you're Rick Roberts, you would really love to push a run across here in the first inning. Give your freshman a little bit of a comfort zone heading back out. So 0-2 winding off again. Pop back and out of play. So the junior hanging tough here at the plate.
Yeah, for McCabe, a lot of patience. She's recognized all these pitches coming out of the hands of Critelli, which is difficult as it is because it gets up on you quick. And it's a low release point for Critelli, too. So great vision from the junior.
16 RBIs on the season. Looking to add to that total here as this one's going to be hit out into left field. And that's going to get down. Pomerleau will leave third. She'll score. Bula McCabe will round first as the Eagles will take a 1-0 advantage here in the bottom of the first inning. Can't dial that up any better if you're Coach Rick Roberts.
No, that's the game plan right there is put Pomerleau, Raymond on, and again, creating havoc on the base pass. And now you've got somebody on for Exel after McCabe knocks home Pomerleau.
So that will bring up the dangerous hitter, Tori Exel, 353 average, 33 RBIs, 17 doubles, 5 triples, and 2 home runs. So one of the top sluggers in the region as that one runs up and out of the way. Leads the team in doubles and triples.
The single season record for the Eagles softball program as well as she hit that double yesterday.
Program record that stood for almost 20 plus years. As that one's going to be taken below the knee. Good eye there from the junior first baseman.
This is a season where we've seen a lot of program records fall, and there's still a few more that this team could reach. 33 wins is the tied for the most in program history, so this one could do it.
As that's a big swing there from Exel. Like a rise ball up and out of the zone a little bit, outer half of the plate. Count still 1-2, so hitters count for Exel. 1 out, still in the inning. So 2-1 offering swung through and missed by Exel. Evens the count here at 2-2. So 2 good swings and misses there. Looked like Exel got the ball exactly where she wanted it. But benefit of the doubt going to Critelli there. She gets back in the count 2-2. Time called. Critelli will step out of the circle. It's like she's adjusting batting glove under her fielding glove. So look for Exel to put one in play here as that one runs up and away. So good eye there by Exel.
Yeah, just great patience. Again, running up that pitch count, staying patient in the batter's box. A good full count. Great at-bat so far from the junior.
Pitch count, not so much a factor in softball. However, when you pitched yesterday and you're going again today, fatigue does come into a factor. As she will draw the 1-out walk, and that will bring up an even more dangerous hitter in Kenzie Dorr. 527 average on the year. I would go as far to say that she's probably been one of the most dangerous hitters in the Northeast region since coming back from the injury about a month and a half ago.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would go so far as to say she was probably one of the most dangerous hitters in this last stretch. This last probably 10 days or so for her has been unbelievable at the plate. Probably one of the best hitters in D3 softball.
30 RBIs, 8 doubles, a triple, and 4 home runs, 2 yesterday. So I believe she's actually at 6 now on the year. closing in on the program record as she takes that one up and away. Actually broke the program record for RBIs earlier this month. 3-time NAC Player of the Week selection. Steps in here now looking to do damage. 1 out still in the inning. Big swing. Evens the count here at 1-1. Looked like Dorr got the pitch she wanted there, just pulled off.
Yeah, out in front of the pitch from Curtelli. Again, just trying to see those pitches, feel them out, and get an idea of what Curtelli has to offer, and get a pitch you like, pull the trigger.
First time through the order, valuable for hitters. As that one sails to the backstop, runners are going to move up 60 feet. The Eagles will now have 2 in scoring position. McCabe at third, Exel at second. So, big mistake there from Polly, allowing the Eagles to move 2 now into scoring position with a dangerous hitter at the plate.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity for the Eagles to come away with a huge mental victory in this first inning, putting up at least a run, maybe more, over Polly, who was just had the 1 base runner.
As that's going to be crushed out to left center field by Dorr. Heading back and gone. 3-run shot from the senior. 2 straight games now with a home run. So Dorr showing exactly what we were talking about, why you do not want to make a mistake in the middle of this order.
Yeah, Dorr, again, we're saying it. She's one of the hottest hitters on the planet right now, and continuing that stretch. Now 7 on the year.
And I would honestly go as far to say she's probably had 7 home runs within the last 3 weeks.
I believe that actually is right, looking at the game split stats earlier today.
So that will bring up the designated player now, Julia Gregoire, another Eagles member that getting the chance this year, normally a first baseman with Excel out there, slid into the DP role early on in the year, and she really has flourished with a full-time role for the Eagles. She'll step in. 371 average on the year. It's 9 doubles, 2 home runs, and 17 RBIs. Still 1 out here in the inning. And that's going to run off the plate for a ball.
A lot of these players on this team and into the bench, there's just been so much talent that has come through this program that they haven't had a chance to flex their muscles in the starting lineup. And this year, getting a chance as a senior at the designated player position, Gregoire has made the most of it.
I would agree with you there. She pops this one up on the right side. Second baseman Birmingham will call it off in foul territory. She'll squeeze that for the second out. So that will bring up a rarity you don't often see in the Eagles lineup, a freshman, true freshman, as a matter of fact, starting at second base in Josie Cornell. And this was a potential freshman of the year candidate till Anna Lang came on the scene. 358 average on the year. Someone that sprays the ball in a lot of gaps, 6 doubles, only 4 strikeouts.
She's very versatile as well for this lineup, can play anywhere on the infield and as well as behind the plate. Seen her there a couple of times. Today getting the start at second.
Utility player for the Eagles. 1-0 offering fouled back into the net, evens the count 1-1. Freshman out of Big Rapids, Michigan. She came in as a big-time recruit for the Eagles, and she has not let down in her freshman year. Named North Atlantic Conference Rookie of the Week earlier in the season, has also earned a Maine College Baseball and Softball Rookie of the Week honor, as she'll take that one for a called strike. Finds herself behind in the count now, 1-2.
It's going to be interesting to see once this inning is over how Gratelli comes back out for the second and what those kind of adjustments look. She hasn't been beat too badly at just a couple of mistakes along the way, and the Eagles, again, can jump quickly on those mistakes.
As that one's going to be lined out to second. Birmingham will field it cleanly, fires on to Hunter for the third out. But not before Husson scores 4 runs on 2 hits in the bottom half of the first. We head to the top half of the second. Childers, DeSena, and Powell expected to bat for the Wildcats. And welcome back. Catcher Jaden Childers to lead things off here for the Wildcats. Another batter with an over 400 average on the year, just over at 405. She'll face Lang. First pitch misses up in the zone at the belt, just above. So if you're on a Lang here, 4-run lead allows you to open up the play selection or pitch selection a little bit. Go attack some hitters, not afraid to give up a ton of runs.
Yeah, it gives you a lot more confidence out there in the circle. You know, your offense can already get runs quickly off Critelli. And going into this game, you know that matchup was definitely circled as something. Against Critelli, you got to jump quickly. You got to get those runs on the board to give yourself that cushion and that comfortability.
So that one's taken for a called strike, 2-1. Offering on its way, fouled back and out of play over the hitting complex over here at the O'Keefe Field. Just out of the right side of your camera screen. So 2-2 count here to Childers. As that's going to be popped up back behind home plate, but that's going to land just in the bleachers. We will replay the 2-2 count. So Lang, your freshman here, really would love to make quick work of Polly if you can, as that one misses up in the zone. Check down to first base. Say she did hold up. Runs the count here to 3-2. I know if you're Coach Roberts here, you would really love to turn the lineup over, get back to your offense, keep Polly in check, as that one's going to be fouled back and over the hitting complex as well.
Yeah, Eagles have McLeod, Rice, and then back up to the top of the order with Raymond due up. So that's a good stretch to have ready and waiting after you've already plated 4.
A dangerous 8-9-1, as probably one of the top 8 and 9 hitters in the conference, as that one's going to be lined out in center field just in front of Raymond. She made an offer at it, almost got there, but a leadoff single for Childers. So that will bring up the shortstop now, Amy DeSena, 323 average on the year. We'll see if Polly elects maybe to play some small ball here, maybe trying to get a run back here, chip away at the Eagles' 4-0 lead.
Yeah, Childers not the fastest runner, just a couple of stolen bases this year.
As it's hit out to Cornell, she'll field it on to Rice. Double play. First one we've seen of the tournament, not often seen at conference in softball. Great start there from the freshman Cornell. Great shuffle to Lydia Rice and on for Exel for the 4.63 GDP.
Yeah, and for Cornell out there at second, just great hands, got to stay calm and make that transition. A lot of times you'll see the fielder get ahead of themselves trying to make that transition from glove to hand. Didn't really matter as she got it through quickly, and a great double play.
So the right fielder, Kelly Powell, takes the first pitch up and away. Second pitch swung through and missed, evens the count here at 1-1. So if you're on a Lang, exactly what you wanted to get in that situation.
Yeah, you know the defense has your back and the offense has your back now, so you just got to make your pitches.
As that will be swung through and missed as well. So Lang ahead in the count here, 1-2. See if she offers to waste a pitch here. I guess you're probably going to see the rise ball up near the belt, as that is rise ball, in fact, just a little bit too high, not quite enticing enough there for Powell.
Yeah, if there's the one thing that Lang has trouble with, and that's locating the rise ball in a lot of those 2-strike counts. A lot of times that first one misses, but that second one doesn't.
As that's going to be taken, called strike 3. So the Wildcats technically go down in order after a leadoff single. We head to the bottom half of the second inning. Rice.
It's McLeod, Rice,
and Raymond expected to bat for the Eagles. So welcome back. We head to the bottom half of the second inning. Junior Kiara McLeod to lead things off for the Eagles. 250 average on the year. Similar to Katie Raymond, another hitter. Struggled early on in the year, but has really gotten going as of late.
Yeah, absolutely. And a similar kind of story to Raymond, can get on base at a much higher clip than that average suggests. 330 is their on-base percentage, drawing those 10 walks.
3 doubles and a home run. Only 6 strikeouts on the year. So as we talked about, an Eagles team that doesn't strike out much. And, of course, the dangerous Lydia Rice leading the North Atlantic Conference was a 625 average, 429 on the year in the on-deck circle. So Critelli out for her second inning of work. First pitch taken down below the knees. Arguably probably one of the most dangerous 9 hitters in the conference right now.
Yeah, Rice is on a tear. She hasn't seen a whole lot of consistent playing time, but she's been hitting around 500, sometimes up in that 600 range in the stretch for her whenever she's been playing the field.
As that's going to get hit out to left field. Farragon squeezes it for the first out. As we talked about, that will bring up Lydia Rice now. Rice 5 doubles, home run, only 4 strikeouts on the year. Steps in. Primarily the Eagles' first game shortstop. Cameron King oftentimes plays short in the second game as she misses. Critelli's first pitch misses down below the knees. So probably one of the best 2-headed shortstop duos in the conference.
Yeah, absolutely. If not the region, if you can throw either one of them out there and you get a lot of contact and speed with King and Rice, a similar thing, but a lot more power.
As she swings through this one and misses 1-1. Rice, definitely one of those that didn't get a whole lot of playing time last year as a freshman, has really stepped up this year. Looks like she's taking the college weight program seriously, and she's really added a lot of power to her game this year. As she squares around, pulls back, attempting to bunt here.
She flexed that in that game against Leslie that was played on Boucher Field across the way on the soccer field. Had a couple of long hits that went off the wall, and then one that went well over the wall where she really got a hold of it for her first collegiate home run.
That, and she's had a lot this year, too, of ropes to third, shortstop that have even been caught, too. So definitely someone that she takes this one down below the zone, 3-1. So hitters count here to Rice. Seen a lot of pitches, waits, lets it travel into the zone, and can really put a contact swing on the ball.
And that puts a lot of pressure on Critelli to make a good pitch with the 3-1 count.
So a 3-1 offering here to Rice. Misses up above the belt. So good job there. Similar as they did in the first inning, following a leadoff out. Second runner able to get on. So that will flip the lineup. Brings up Katie Raymond for her second plate attempt. She struck out back in the first inning. Only 1 strikeout so far through 1 inning for the Eagles. You know, yesterday, Critelli struck out the side to open things. So Raymond trying to switch things up here. She looks to lay down a bite. Rice will take off, and she'll steal second. Gets into the outfield. Good job there by Turk to be waiting for that one, as Rice was not able to move up to third. But either way, Eagles with a runner in scoring position again.
After that first one in the first inning with Pomerleau, so Turk was a little bit more up towards the bag to back up the throw, and that kept Rice at second. Rice does not run as well as Pomerleau, we'll give her that. But either way, better play by Turk to keep the runner more honest.
So wind up, taken outside. Good eye there from Raymond, 1-1. Rice almost double-digit stolen bases on the year. Has been caught a couple times, but decent speed out there for the sophomore. So 1-1 offering, 1's on the board. Bunt attempt, Raymond puts it down the third baseline. Good play, though, there from Finley as she'll fire across to Birmingham, covering first. But Rice will move up 60 feet. She's now at third with 2 outs here. Pomerleau at the plate.
Pomerleau, another opportunity to make some noise, this time 2 outs here in the second. Can add on to this lead that they already have.
I also note that Eagles, not really a team that disguises that they're going to run. A lot of first pitch stolen bases this year. It's almost daring you, we're going to run, can you throw us out? As that one misses up in the zone. So you got to applaud the aggression on the base pass of the Eagles. I know that's a point of emphasis for Coach Roberts this year, not playing stationary softball, keeping pressure on teams.
Absolutely, and you can really tell it's paid off.
As that one's going to be popped up out into left field. Farragon ranges over. She'll squeeze that for the third out. So the Eagles are held in check in the bottom half of the second inning. We head to the top of the third when we return. Finley, Hunter, and Farragon expected to bat for the Wildcats. So the third baseman, Caitlin Finley, will lead things off here for the Wildcats. Just over 300. Came into the tournament 306. She'll step into face, laying out for her third inning of work. 4-0 advantage if you're just tuning in. Eagles struck for 4 runs to begin the bottom half of the first inning. Held in check in the bottom of the second. Wildcats batting now for the third time. As that one's going to be lined through the left side. Pomerleau will grab it, fires into second, wasting no time there. Was Finley getting on with a leadoff single. So that brings up the first baseman now, Taylor Hunter, 372 average.
Hunter 11 doubles as well on the season, just the 4 strikeouts, but only 4 walks as well. So a patient hitter, but can't always seem to get that walk. So usually, that means she's putting it in play on that 3-2 count.
As the bunt attempt there from Hunter goes back into the backstop, similar to Lang did last inning. Probably trying to get Hunter to roll over on one here, force a double play. As that one's going to miss up in the zone. Looked like a rise ball there. Good eye from Hunter. So Polly threatening here early in the top half of the third. 1-1 offering here. Time called. Hunter will step out of the box. Squared around first pitch. See if maybe the Polly elects to play small ball as they do. Popped up. Bola McCabe made an effort at it, but that will go down as a second strike in the book.
You notice with Hunter, she's got kind of that split grip on the bat. It's there for both the bunt and the regular swing we've seen so far. So it's an interesting grip and obviously works out for her to the tune of 372 in the regular season.
2 strikes, taking call, strike 3, first out of the inning. That will flip over the lineup card, brings up the left fielder now, Ava Farragon. Struck out back in the first inning. Kind of a Ty Cobb approach at the plate for Hunter. Don't often see the spread hands anymore as that one's going to be lined back up the middle. Good job, though, by Rice. What a play from the sophomore. As when that left the bat, I instantly thought that was going to be a hit. Rice came out of nowhere, fielded it, and had the instincts to tag second base.
Yeah, made the play right in front of the bag and kept it in front of her, so that's how she was able to make the tag. But showing off huge amount of range, she's at the spot she started at, and that wasn't exactly soft hit up the middle too, so she got over there quickly to make that play.
So that will bring up Olivia Turk, struck out back in the first inning for her second plate appearance as she fouls this one off. So if you're on a Lang, got to applaud the defense you've been getting so far from your team. Makes your job a lot easier out there in the circle if pretty much you feel like everything you can throw has a chance to be caught. Taken for a call strike, ahead in the count here, 0-2.
She's already picked up 5 strikeouts as well, and most of the contact has been soft or on the ground. So doing a great job of limiting these bats for the Wildcats.
As that's going to be popped up and out of play. One thing I will say about Lang, has allowed several hits throughout the year, but does a great job of not allowing those hits to accumulate, not back-to-back hits. She may allow a leadoff hit or a two-out hit, as time's going to be called here. As home plate umpire is telling Lane to calm down, relax. Looks like she's ready to fire. Wasted no time, wants to get into the dugout. Heading the count here, 0-2. Fires rise ball up and out of the zone. So that one around Farragon to move up 60 feet to second base. So probably a little amped up after the time call there was Lang. See if she can settle back down here. Still ahead in the count now, 1-2. Swung on, fouled back into the screen down the right side. Turk hanging tough.
It's kind of situation you're pitching with a lot of adrenaline, especially after something like that where your groove gets messed up.
Up and out of the zone, evens the count now at 2-2. I will note, this is probably, in my 3 years now here at Husson, probably one of the best defensive teams I've seen the Eagles have in the last 3 years. That's going to be swung out, hit into right center field. That's going to get down. A run's going to score. Raymond's going to field it. Turk is going to jog into second, though, with a two-out double. Wildcats will get on the board with their first run. Good piece of two-out hitting there.
Yeah, able to push it opposite field. That pitch wasn't easy to get in on and turn the hands over as she sprays it out into the gap in right center, and now steadied on second with an RBI.
So that brings up Kimberly Birmingham, three-hole hitter, second baseman, leads the North Atlantic Conference. As she hits this over to first, diving stop from Exel, quickly recovers. Good job there by the junior for the final out. As she completely laid out for that one, almost kind of rushed trying to get over, had a little more time than she probably thought. But SUNY Poly strikes for a run in the top half of the third inning. We head to the bottom of the third. Eagles leading 4-1 when we return. So 3-4-5 expected to bat here for the Eagles. McCabe, Exel, and Dorr. The meat of the Eagles order set to step in and face Critelli back out for her third inning of work.
For Critelli, the rest of this start is all about adjustments. You've gone through the order the first time now, and they did some damage to the tune of 4 runs. So what can you do now working through the heart of the order again, knowing maybe a little bit more of their approach at the plate and how you can work around that approach.
And if you're Critelli and even SUNY Poly, you got to run back in the top half of the third. Really need a scoreless bottom half of the third. Turn the lineup back over to your offense. Maybe you can add another run, chip into the lead, as we talked about. So McCabe will step in. She'll face Critelli. Bloops this one out over the shortstop. A great run and catch there from DeSena. And she was able to track that off the bat for the first out. When that originally left the bat, I thought it probably had a chance to get down. But good play there by the senior.
Yeah, similar to what we saw in that first base hit back in the first inning from McCabe that scored Pomerleau. Just a similar placement. This time DeSena better placed on the field.
So that brings up Exel. Walked in her first plate appearance. She'll face Critelli for the second time as that one misses up in the zone. Interesting to what we'll see in the next at-bat of how they approach Kenzie Dorr following the 3-run home run back in the first inning.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit, too. It was low in the zone, and Dorr went down and got it. So again, where do you really pitch to get around Dorr, and where do you pitch to get around Exel?
That's a big swing there from Exel to even the count now at 1-1. Exel, excellent power hitter for the Eagles. Line drive sprays around the ball all around the field. Actually lives in the right center field gap. A lot of triples have come from that area this year as she fouls this one back into the screen.
See, that swing is just so smooth. She gets the hands in quickly, and that's how she can just spray everywhere, is keeping those hands tight to the body and really just angling the bat when you're able to make contact. Can, to the best of your ability, control where the ball's going.
Gratelli ahead of the count here, 1-2 to Exel. Swung through and missed. Gratelli, her second punch out of the game, brings up Kenzie Dorr now. 1 for 1, as I mentioned, 3-run shot back in the bottom half of the first. We were talking pregame, arguably probably one of the hottest hitters in the entire country right now.
Yeah, well, 3 of her last 4 at-bats are home runs. So it's a pretty good run right there.
4 for 5, correction, so far through the tournament, as she puts a charge into this one. Hits out to center field, going back, gone!
Kenzie
Dorr. Back double home run games for Kenzie Dorr. Almost the same exact spot as it was back in the first inning. And I will note the flag around the flagpole is pretty much draped. So that is a 100% power home run.
She went down and got it again. That pitch was low in the zone. And just able to get that bat head around, get that extension. And it's a pop-up, but she's got so much power that it just keeps carrying out of here.
I know there's a saying, former baseball player, that when you're on a roll, you're seeing beach balls. And I can officially say Kenzie Dorr is seeing beach balls right now.
It might be an exercise ball at this point.
So that will bring up Julia Gregoire now, 0 for 1. She'll face Gratelli now for the second time. Eagles ahead 5-1. As that's going to be swung through and missed. She knew the minute she swung at it that it was up around the chin. Turned right down to the third base coach, Rick Roberts. Let him know she probably shouldn't have swung at that one, so got to applaud the humor there.
Well, she was swinging for the fences. That was an all-out swing right there.
As that one's going to be taken low and outside. So, dangerous 3, 4, 5 punch for the Eagles. All of them can hit the ball pretty much anywhere out of the ballpark.
And then Gregoire here with 2 home runs, 9 doubles, 17 RBIs.
Hit a walk-off home run earlier this year. Help the Eagles keep their win streak alive. As we mentioned in the pregame, come into the day with a 28-game win streak, 30 being the longest in institutional history, as that one's going to be fouled back and out of play. The Eagles broke the original win streak back earlier, about 2 weeks ago, about 22 games. Now looking to catch up to the longest win streak, if they can, in Husson history. As that one's going to be hit out over first base. Gets down for a 2-out single. Good piece of hitting there by Gregoire after getting down in the count with 2 strikes.
Yeah, she was patient, waited for a pitch in her wheelhouse, and then able to fight it off and just send it into right field, right over the head of the first baseman in Hunter.
So Coach Roberts electing here for a pitch runner, Lindsey Reed. She'll enter. I have to guess Gregoire will probably enter back into the designated player role. But not very often. We talked about this the other day, that you can pull Class B State Player of the Year, Lindsey Reed, off the bench just for a pinch run role.
That shows you how deep this Eagles roster is. You know, top to bottom, they all can get on base, all can contribute to this team in a big way. And just the pitching depth, the hitting depth, and then the speed.
So she takes off, overslid second base originally, able to get back though. So Eagles 3 for 3 so far on stolen bases. Cornell at the plate, 0 for 1 on the day. Now in an RBI spot. See if she can come through, looking for her 16th RBI of the year. Not bad production to have out of the 7 slot. Almost 20 RBIs on the season.
Again, the Eagles have only been caught 4 times this year, and when you're stealing 70-plus bags, That's a really low number.
Hopefully Reed's okay out there shaking her right shoulder. Like she may have jammed it sliding into second base. Looks like she's okay. As that one runs up and away. Evens the count now at 1-1. So big at bat here for the freshman. Trying to trade places with Lindsey Reed as she fouls this one back and away. I know if you're Josie Cornell here, really would love to come through for your team. Keep the momentum going. A base knock with Lindsey Reed's speed out there, probably going to score a run. Misses this one up and out of the zone. Evens the count 2-2.
Critelli hasn't really seemed too rattled by these runs that she's let up so far and the traffic on the base pass. She's still making some good pitches, but it's been a little bit wider. It's been a little bit more outside of the zone and less on the edges.
As that one's going to be taken down in the zone for ball 3. Great eye there from the freshman. And she's able to work this count back. Of your coach Roberts. Hit or strike out here. She's done her job at the plate. Work the count. Really driven up the pitch count so far through this at bat. Seen a lot of pitches. As this one's going to be fouled back and out of play. So Cornell hanging tough.
The more pitches you can see as a batter, the more information that you can pass on to your dugout. A lot of times teams will talk about what they see in the batter's box in between innings or while they're on the bench and the players are out in the field. So there's a lot of things that you can discuss and pick up from a long at-bat like this that could benefit the other hitters in the lineup.
You saw that back in the first inning when Pomerleau came around talking about the rise ball from Critelli. So a team that talks to each other, as this one's going to be fouled back and out of play as well. I have to guess we're probably approaching around 8 or 9 pitches for the at-bat so far. McLeod waits on deck if Cornell can extend the inning here. So 9th pitch of the at-bat on the way. Going to be popped up over on the right side. Right fielder Powell will call it off. She'll squeeze in fair territory. The Eagles get one back in the bottom half of the third. We'll have Stevens, Childers, and DeSena expected to bat for the Wildcats when we return for the top half of the 4th inning. So welcome back. The designated player, Joy Stevens, will lead things off here. 0 for 1 strikeout. Back in the 2nd inning. She'll face Lang now for the 2nd time.
Stevens, one of those players for this poly lineup that we might see in the circle later, depending on how Critelli's day ends out.
As that one's going to be taken for a called strike, 1-1. As Farmington warming up in the cages off to our right. They'll face Thomas College in the next game of the conference tournament. As check swing, he'll appeal down to first. Say she did go. Again, reminding people at home, everybody likes to think that the bat has to break the plane of the plate. The official rule is actually an intent to swing. As that one's going to be swung through and missed for the first out. Stevens goes down via the punch out for the 2nd time. As it will bring up the catcher, Jaden Childers.
7 strikeouts now on the day for Lang. She's really rolling out there. Like I said, very comfortable now that the team has flexed a lot of those muscles offensively and defensively. She's got a lot of support from those gloves.
First pitch taken for a called strike.
She's still making every single one of her pitches.
So if you're Lang right now in the comfort zone, grooving offense, put up some runs as you're able to just go out, pitch your game right now, challenge hitters. Quickly finds herself ahead in the count here, 0-2. As that one's going to miss down in the dirt. Looked like a changeup there from Lang, 1-2. So we were talking back in the half inning. Got the news, last home run, Kenzie Dorr tied Cassie Berry for the most career home runs in program history. As that one's going to be fouled back into the screen. Shout out to sports information historian Thomas Branch for the fact of the game. So congratulations to Kenzie Dorr as she further climbs her way back into the Husson record books.
Yeah, already having a few. And maybe on our way to sole possession of first place later today.
As that's going to be popped up the elevator shaft. McCabe couldn't find it, though, as that one's going to land just right of home plate. So we will replay the 1-2 offering here.
Yeah, your instinct as a catcher, you hear contact, you know it's above you as you look all around everywhere but directly above you, and that one straight above McCabe's spot.
So Lang will wind and deliver. Swung on and missed for the second out of the inning. 7th strikeout now of the day. So that will bring up the shortstop now, Amy DeSena. DeSena, 0-1 on the day. As that one misses up and out of the zone.
DeSena grounded into that double play that started with Cornell at second, and that was a pretty piece of defense.
Fouled back and out of play. Lang looking to retire the Wildcats in order here in the top half of the 4th. Misses up around the hands of DeSena, 2-1 now. As that one misses down below the knees, 3-1. So very rare you've seen Lang fall behind a hitter. 1 walk on the day, that was Birmingham. As this one's going to be fouled down the right field line. McLeod will give chase, but that one's going to get down in foul territory, evens the count. Correction, runs the count now to full, 3-2.
It's been a great appearance so far from DeSena. She's really, really working the count and has forced Lang to pitch around the zone. She's not really biting a lot of those pitches.
As this one's going to be popped back and out of play. So hanging tough here. Got word. Husson baseball playing in SUNY Cobleskill, actually playing the Fighting Tigers today. They were ahead 13-0 in the 5th inning. 14-0 correction now as that one's going to miss. So DeSena will draw the 2-out walk. That will bring up Kelly Powell now. The right fielder 0-1 with a strikeout back in the 2nd inning.
Well, Husson baseball looking for their 4th straight conference title. This Eagles team has had a great run, as well as this softball team looking for their 6th straight title, their 12th overall.
As that one misses down below the knees. Things hang the way they are, the Eagles would advance to 6-2 all-time against the Fighting Tigers in baseball with a trip to the North Atlantic Conference Championship tomorrow, as that one's going to be fouled back and out of play. So if you're Coach Chris Morris up there in Cobleskill, New York, got to be happy with the way your team's playing right now.
Come May, typically a great time for Husson athletics, usually just softball and baseball. Last year we had women's lacrosse going as well, playing in their playoffs. This year had them go into the semifinals. So great spring sport season for all Eagles programs.
As the last offering was swung on and missed, this one's popped up. Lang will call everybody off. She'll squeeze that for the final out. SUNY Poly puts one on. But Lang able to get the final out. We head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. McLeod, Rice, and Raymond due up for the Eagles. So welcome back. We head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Kiara McLeod steps into the plate for the Eagles, 0 for 1. She'll face Critelli for the second time. Takes this one down below the knees. As we mentioned before we went into break, McLeod, Rice, and Raymond expected to bat here for the Eagles.
McLeod led it off in the second inning with a fly ball out to left field. That was given a good ride, though. She got a piece of it. Just got to find some green grass out there instead of a blue uniform.
McLeod fouls this one back into the screen, evens the count 1-1. McLeod turned into the Eagles' everyday right fielder about midway through last year and has stayed into that role throughout this year. As that's going to be swung on, hit out into right field. Powell will run in. She'll grab that just out behind the second baseman, Birmingham, for the first out. So that brings up Lydia Rice. Walked back in the third inning. Correction, I believe walked back in the second inning. Stranded out at second base, so she'll step in now for the second time to face Critelli. As that one misses outside.
Yeah, she worked a great plate appearance to get that walk. I believe a total of 8 pitches in that at-bat. Sprayed a few foul.
As that one misses down as well, so 2-0 now. So if you're Critelli, not a player you want to put on the base paths here. I believe Rice 8 or 9 stolen bases now on the year, so she's a threat to run, especially in a 5-1 ball game. If you're Coach Roberts, you'd like to keep adding a run each inning. As that one's going to be ripped out into left field, gets down in front of Farragon. So a 1-out single from Rice, as we talked about last time she was up. Strong bat as she was able to rip that into left field for a single as it turns over the lineup here for the leadoff hitter, Katie Raymond.
Yeah, Rice just has such a smooth swing, and it's just really picturesque as she just gets it around, and that one just a nice line drive to left field. Didn't get all that much on it, but all that she needed was to find some grass.
So Raymond will step in now for the third time. As Rice takes off first pitch, she'll get in ahead of the throw. So 2 stolen bases now on the day for Rice. 1 out here, bottom half of the fourth inning with the top of the order at the plate. So Raymond laid down a bunt last time up. See if she elects to do the same here or will swing away. takes that one for a call strike, 1-1.
Well, the Wildcats playing corners in, and then we see Birmingham kind of shaded a little bit in, a little bit over from the typical second base playing spot.
Raymond does, remind viewers, does have some power. 3 home runs on the career. She lays this one back to the pitcher. Critelli fires on to Birmingham for the force out. Rice moves up 60 feet to third base. So Raymond tried to sneak that one in, probably just missed it a little bit. Puts that a few feet to the left side of Critelli. Maybe has a chance to beat it out.
So a couple conversations going on around us, trying to figure out what's going on. Our home plate umpire visiting the Wildcats dugout. So, an interesting ruling. Might be something with Raymond exiting the batter's box with that
It's like
style.
they're talking in the background whether or not they will want Raymond to replay the at-bat. We're here with a 1-2 count, or if they're going to take the out and allow the runner to advance to third. Looks like they are going to take the out with Pomerleau at the plate.
I think that's the right decision there. I don't think you want to put the hands or the bat back in the hands of Raymond or really anybody in this lineup at any situation. I would just take the out, and Rice 60 feet away. Pomerleau has made an out and got hit by a pitch. So take your chances.
So Eagles threatening again here, bottom half of the 4th inning, 2 outs. Critelli winds and delivers. This one misses down and low in the zone. Good eye there from Pomerleau. So Pomerleau a threat to beat one out. Infield single here. 1-0 offering. Swung through and missed by Pomerleau. So even count now, 1-1. Pomerleau here just trying to put one in play, allow your speed to go to work. Bunt attempt, runs up and out of the zone.
Looks like everyone was moving on that one. Rice had to slam on the brakes as it went way outside.
So 2-1 offering here from the senior Critelli. Bunt attempt, pulls back, does Pomerleau, runs the count now to 3-1. So excellent job here from the senior 2-hole hitter for the Eagles.
Yeah, she pulls out the bunt as she squares around right as Critelli's getting ready to release. So that may be affecting kind of the trajectory or the release point for Critelli. That's why she's gotten some balls.
So see if she elects to square around here. Does not. She'll take that for a called strike. Full count now here, 2 outs to the senior Jess Pomerleau. Pomerleau trying to further add to the Eagles' lead here if she can connect on one. As that one runs off the plate. So Pomerleau does her job as the throw to the pitcher. Critelli gets away, and Rice will run in and score. The Eagles take a 6-1 advantage.
Well, that tells you the Eagles, they will capitalize on every single mistake you make. You have to really play perfect softball to get the better of this team. And right there, great example. The throw just gets a little bit away from Critelli, and it's enough of a window for Rice to sneak in the back door.
So we'll get timeout called. Wildcats head coach Julie Wanner heading out to talk to her team, probably trying to settle down her group. Still a lot of softball left to be played here at O'Keefe Field, only in the bottom of the 4th inning.
It was a SUNY Poly team that made the playoffs last year as the 1 seed, got bounced in the semifinals to Cazenovia, who went on to lose to this Eagles team via walk-off fashion. That was Bula McCabe with a walk-off single.
Speaking of McCabe, she is up at the plate right now. She'll step in here for the third time. 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. So don't be surprised to see Pomerleau off on the first pitch here. Eagles probably will try to elect to keep the pressure on the Wildcats. Maybe look for a Wildcats pitch out here. And she does. Popped up right side of the field, though. That's going to land foul, so new life there by Bula McCabe. As you look, Pomerleau was already at third base when that ball landed down the first baseline. So if that would have been in fair territory, you can probably guess that Pomerleau probably would have been scoring on an infield single.
Yeah, that's absurd. I've got no other words for that.
So 0-1 offering here from Critelli. Pomerleau takes off, foul back and out of play. So I have to guess she's a little tired here after running first to third.
Getting her steps
now
in.
Having the steal on the next pitch. So McCabe swinging away at the plate.
Do you think she gets a break on this pitch?
If I had to guess, she's probably off again, but I have been known to be wrong. Looks like she's trying to read when Critelli's going to release the ball as she does break, and that will be fouled back again. So Pomerleau asking the second base umpire if that was fouled away. As you see Coach Roberts yelling to Pomerleau across the diamond. Be interesting to see what he's telling her in that situation. Knowing his personality, he's probably joking, asking her whether or not she's tired at this point.
Well, she got a breather with Critelli asking for a new softball. I think she's all fresh for this attempt.
So 0-2 offering again here to McCabe. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th inning. Pomerleau breaks for second, hit through the right side, right in front of Powell. Pomerleau will round second. She'll head to third. Throw almost gets away. It does. Pomerleau will round third. She'll head home. Bula McCabe heads up instincts. She moved up to second and then took third on the same play. So Eagles heads up base running, as you talked about. You make a mistake, the Eagles will take advantage of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, just all signs of a well-coached team. Coach Roberts does a fantastic job with McCabe. Like you said, those instincts to move up to second on the throw, going to third. And then with the throw getting away, the attention all goes to Pomerleau breaking for home. So nobody's covering the bag, and McCabe can easily make her way 60 feet closer to home.
So Polly will call timeout. Infield will gather in the circle. That will bring up Tori Exel, 1 for 1 on the day. Or 0 for 1, excuse me, on the day. Walked back in the first inning. Does have a strikeout. And she'll step in here now in an RBI spot. Eagles RBI leader, 33 on the year.
Yeah, she had a fantastic regular season and was a big part of the success of the Florida trip. The team came out of that 8-4. That was the last time they lost, all the way back on March 7th.
I believe she came back hitting just over 500 when they returned from Florida at 8-4. She steps in, smacks this one foul back into the screen. So not wasting any time, looking first pitch.
That's a lot of times that's the approach from Exel, is to swing away that first pitch. Most of the time it ends up in a gap or in the outfield, and tough pitcher in Critelli, she's been fouling them off.
Definitely a free swinger up there for the Eagles. And she fouls this one off and out of play. 20 strikeouts on the year. However, if you're Coach Rick Roberts, you'll take the strikeouts when you look down at the box score and you see almost 30 extra base hits on the season.
That's a sacrifice you're willing to make, especially if you're still hitting up towards the 350s, 380s like Exel is.
So 0-2 offering here from Critelli. Misses off the outside part of the plate. Good waist pitch there from the senior. So McCabe 60 feet away from making this an 8-1 ball game if McCabe can extend things here. As that one misses up above the belt. Good eye there from the junior. Evens the count here at 2-2. And I know if you're SUNY Poly, you would love to get Exel out here with Dorr waiting in the on-deck circle.
Yeah, again, you just want to keep the bases clear for Dorr. 2 for 2 with 2 home runs. you don't really want to give her a chance to get a third with more runners on, especially now looking at the 5th inning, and it's a 6-run difference between the two teams, and right now Exel would represent that 8th run.
So a bench warning issued to SUNY Poly as that last pitch missed inside. 3-2 count here to Exel. Done an excellent job out of the 4 slot. Got down 0-2. Able to work the count now to 3-2.
Yeah, and she's been hitting out of the cleanup spot all year. That's why we see Dorr out of the 5 spot. That top 4 has been very consistent for this lineup, and then Dorr can just fit right into the 5 spot, basically just as a next cleanup hitter, just a backup cleanup hitter, so to speak.
Primarily a 3-4 hitter the early part of her career. Coach Roberts elected to move her to the 5 slot this year, and she's really flourished down there. As that one misses up and away. So Exel does her job, two outs in the inning. She draws the walk, and that will bring up the dangerous Kenzie Dorr. Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner here. Coach Roberts come down. He'll talk to the home plate umpire. As it looks like Gregoire will actually be pinch hit for. It will be Lindsey Reed, assuming the pinch running role. So that will bring out Payson Kaler for her first pretty much collegiate opportunity. Got hurt early on in her freshman year, missed most of her freshman year, and then a lot of her sophomore year. So she'll pinch run here. An excellent pitcher out of Lincoln, Maine, or Walpole, Maine. Went to Lincoln High School. So Dorr will step in here. Pacing Kaler on first, Bula McCabe on third. That one misses. Pickoff attempt gets McCabe looking. However, she's going to get back to third. Kaler was able to steal second. So nobody hurt there. Coach Roberts laughing a little bit down there with McCabe. Nothing a whole lot you can do in that situation. He's down there bowing, probably thanking that he was able to keep her still on third, not end the inning there. But as they say, you'd rather be lucky than talented any day of the week.
Childer's there with a great play to throw down to third instead of second. A lot of times we see the Eagles pull that play, and it usually sneaks a run in.
As that one's going to be taken for a called strike there to Dorr, 1-1. So interesting approach to see how they will pitch to Dorr in this situation.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised they're pitching to Dorr, especially after Kaler takes second.
Especially with a freshman Lindsey Reed on deck. As that one misses outside. So maybe not electing to intentionally walk her, but maybe trying to pitch around here, seeing if Dorr will maybe chase one here.
Yeah, sometimes when you're on a hot streak, you just can't feel like you can waste a plate appearance. You want to swing at everything. But Dorr, a lot of discipline, has maintained it pretty well so far.
As that one misses down in the zone as well, 3-1. So hitter count here to Kenzie Dorr. I have to guess here, though, if you're Critelli, you're not going to throw Dorr anything close to the strike zone.
At this point, I'm already down 3-1. I would just throw something in the dirt to get it over with, and then I have to worry about Reed with the bases loaded. That's something I'd rather do than Dorr with 2 on.
As it looks like they've actually pulled Reed back. As that one misses outside, it will be Gregoire. So a little surprise move there from Coach Rick Roberts. As Poly maybe have thought they were going to face the freshman. Now they get to face the senior Gregoire.
You can also mash the ball. Again, this year, having a great year, 17 RBIs.
1 for 2 on the day, singled back over first base. So she'll step in for her 3rd time today. So little chess match there from Rick Roberts.
Could pay off. She's seen a lot of pitches today, so most of Critelli, if not of all of Critelli's repertoire.
So bases loaded, 2 outs here. Bottom of the 4th inning. Eagles have already pushed 2 runs across. They lead 7-1.
So I like to say it's a nest full of Eagles.
As that one misses up. Oh, called strike, correction. So 0-1 offering here to Gregoire. Trying to come through for the Eagles as she fouls this one back and out of play. Down 0-2. So Critelli ahead in the count here, 0-2, 2 outs. You know she wants this one here. Timeout called there by Gregoire. She'll step out, collects herself. Little mind games going on between Critelli and Gregoire.
Yeah, taking a long look at that scouting report.
As this one's lined out over into left field. That will get down. McCabe will score. Pacing Kaler rounds third. She'll slide into home, and the Eagles take a 9-1 advantage. So, electing to walk door does not pay off for SUNY Poly as Gregoire makes them pay with a 2 RBI single.
Now you've got the run rule in effect. A lot of pressure on the bats as they head back out there for the 5th inning. Once this is over, you've got at least 1 run to get at the moment. Could be more after this at-bat from Josie Cornell. But you got to get those bats going in the way that Anna Lang is pitching. It's going to be a really tough task to even get 1 more.
So Cornell steps in. 0 for 2 on the day. Takes the first pitch for a call strike on the inside corner. Runners on first and second still for the Eagles. 2 outs in the inning. McLeod waits on deck if Cornell can extend the inning here. 0-1 offering here from the senior Critelli. Misses down in the dirt. Good block there by Childers to keep Dorr at second. As we mentioned earlier, Thomas and Farmington set to square off in the game following the Eagles and Wildcats. As that one misses down in the zone as well, so 2-1. Eagles have done a really good job being patient, not chasing balls outside of the zone, and really making it tough on Critelli.
Yeah, we knew that that was going to be the game plan for the Eagles lineup coming into this game, was to really just push that pitch count up, see a lot of pitches, and get the best ones to hit.
As that's going to be hit out into right field. That's going to get down in front of Powell. Dorr will round third. She'll score. Gregoire moves up to third. Throw gets away. She'll move home. Cornell will round second. She's going to slide into third. So the Eagles put 2 more runs across and take a 11-1 lead.
Well, again, that one gets away, and that allows Cornell to move on the throw that was originally headed to third. It's a replay of what we saw earlier as it gets away. Gregoire comes in to score, and on the awareness to see the ball get away, Cornell, with nobody covering, slides over to third. Now, once again, 60 feet away, and it's a 10-run advantage.
So that will bring up Kiara McLeod, 0 for 2 on the afternoon. She'll step in, 2 outs here, runner on third. Critelli winds and delivers. Swung on and missed by McLeod. Eagles now 8 hits on the day through 4 innings. Or not quite through 4 innings, through 3 2/3. As that one runs up and away, 1-1. Talking in the background, that went down as a hit with a fielding error. Throwing error to third, allowed the run to score. Good throw, probably would have had Gregoire. But instead, the Eagles take advantage of the miscue. As that's going to be fouled off and down the right field line.
McLeod continuing to make really solid contact, just putting it foul. So it looks like she's just going to adjust that kind of that spray pattern and maybe adjust her timing on Critelli a little bit.
So 1-2 count here to McLeod. So Critelli looks at the sign, winds and delivers, misses up in the zone, 2-2. Got a lot of swings and misses yesterday against Thomas. This Eagles lineup electing not to chase.
Yeah, I'm showing a little bit more discipline than the Terriers did throughout that game, and Critelli had their number. It was a much more even pitcher's duel, it felt like.
That's going to get hit out into right field. That's going to get down in the gap. McLeod will round second. She'll round second. She'll head to third with a 2-out triple. as she plates Cornell, 12-1 Eagles. So McLeod getting in on the hit action. 9 hits now for the Eagles, as that brings up Lydia Rice, 1 for 1 on the day with a walk. She'll step in, line drive, I believe back to open the inning. Came around to score. So 7 runs now in for the Eagles here in the bottom half of the 4th inning.
Well, batting around always kind of hurts, and you saw DeSena right there trying to encourage Critelli, just get through this inning, get the bats going. Got our top half of the 5th still to look forward to, and really anything can happen. We know any given day, any given team, it can happen, even off of a pitcher like Lang. So it's not over yet.
As that one's going to be taken for a called strike. 0-1 here to Rice. Rice takes this one off the outside corner, 1-1. You can tell Critelli frustrated. Hasn't gotten a lot of calls she thinks she should have gotten on the outside corner, but home plate umpire being pretty consistent with it. As that one's going to be hit out to left field, but foul. So Critelli jumps ahead in the count here, 1-2.
Yeah, in on the hands of Rice. She had the right idea to try to pull it, but couldn't get them in tight enough, and it goes off of the smaller part of the bat.
Eagles, to note, have only left 2 runners on base today. One of those stats when you look down at a sheet, don't want to leave a ton of runners on, as that's going to be swung through and missed for the final out here in the bottom half of the 4th, but not before Husson erupts for 7 runs. They open up a 12-1 advantage. We head to the top half of the 5th inning. Finley, Hunter, and Farragon expected to bat for Poly. So quick turnaround. We head to the top half of the 5th inning here. Third baseman Caitlin Finley up at the plate. 1 for 1 with a hit. As she rips this one out into left field. Pomerleau, though, camps under it and squeezes it for the first out. So good charge there off the bat from Finley, but Pomerleau was right there for it.
Yeah, Pomerleau just so good out there and left. We saw her just make that quick adjustment to flip the hips to square off to that ball, settle right underneath it.
So Poly down to their final 2 outs here as the first baseman Taylor Hunter steps in. Lang winds and delivers, swung on and missed.
I think part of that split grip for Hunter is that she can use a bigger bat. That bat just looks a little bit too big for her based on, my experience with baseball, but that split grip kind of shortens it, allows her to get it around quicker.
As that's going to be swung through and missed there. Lane, 7 strikeouts on the day. Eagles looking for their 29th straight win. If they can hold on here, 1 out in the top half of the 5th. As that's going to be swung on and missed. 8th strikeout of the day for Lang.
Fantastic performance from the freshman. Trying to go the distance in this shortened one. We're looking at a run rule.
I'll note, too, Kenzie Dorr now 12 RBIs in 2 games here in the conference tournament, as that one's going to miss to the leadoff hitter, Ava Farragon.
That's also done in just 8 innings. It's not full games.
As that's going to be lined out, gets past the glove of Cornell. Raymond will range over, quickly grabs it and fires in. So the speed of the Eagles outfield there on display, holding the 2-out single. So this will bring up Olivia Turk. She doubled last time up. Molly down to its final out. I know if you're Lang here, you would love to get some revenge after giving up the double to Turk last time. She winds and delivers, hit out to center field. Raymond rushes in, called off by the shortstop, Rice. Great catch there to end the game from Rice. When that left the bat, I thought it might be trouble, but Rice with 2 great plays in this one, proving why she's out there at shortstop for the Eagles. Husson will hang on for the 12-1 victory. They'll advance to tomorrow's championship at 1 o'clock.
Make it 29 straight wins, and what a play by Rice to end it. That one doesn't look all that impressive, but when you're working behind you, trying to make that over-the-shoulder catch, and that one was even down towards more of the breadbasket. So a really tough and impressive catch from the shortstop Rice to end this one.
Got to applaud the way the Eagles are playing right now. Polly came in the number 2 seed. Looked like one of the top teams the Eagles were going to play for a while, but Eagles making quick work here of the Wildcats, 12-1. I know if you're Coach Roberts, you've preached that mentality of next game, not getting ahead of yourself. So now if you're coach, you sit back, get your team some relaxation for tomorrow. You've got Lang and Masterson both ready for the championship.
Yeah, and for Lang, an absolutely fantastic performance. I mean, this is one of the top hitting teams in the nation.
Right.
And you hold them to just 4 hits and the 1 run. Fantastic performance.
Yeah, applaud the effort there of the freshmen. I know when it comes to end of the year voting, coaches are going to look at that head-to-head matchup right there in the middle. That's going to hopefully favor Lang. And then, of course, Kenzie Dorr versus Birmingham for Player of the Year. Head-to-head right now goes to Kenzie Dorr. So, Zethan, I want to thank you for joining me. Always a pleasure. I know you've got several more games to go the rest of the afternoon. This is my only one of the day, but appreciate it as always.
Giving you a break today, right?
Giving me a break today, correct. But final game, I'll probably get to broadcast with you. I know championships tomorrow, but you've been a senior here. I want to thank you for all of your hard work that you've done. Wish you the best of the best going for your career. Appreciate all you've done for Husson Sports Information.
I really appreciate it. It's been a wild ride, a lot of fun being able to be a part of so many of these historic moments for Eagles sports programs over the last 3.5 years or so, and topping it all off with, in my opinion, probably the best season I've had a chance to see here as a Husson student and up here in the press box.
So, Joseph Swanson, Zethan Moss signing off here from O'Keefe Field. Game 8 of the North Atlantic Conference, or Game 7, correction, of the North Atlantic Conference Championship Series. We've got Game 8 following this as the number 3. I had to correct myself on that one. Beavers of the University of Maine Farmington will take on the number 6 seeded Terriers of Thomas College, a rematch of Game 2 of yesterday's North Atlantic Conference Championship Series. So, fans, stick around. We've got more softball action when we return on the Husson Eagles Sports Network.